Picture a hiker, armed with the latest gear, waterproof jacket, GPS, energy bars, confident as they ascend the mountain. Every step is calculated, every item in their pack chosen for its promise of safety and convenience. The hiker trusts in the science behind their clothing, the precision of their navigation tools, and the energy packed into their snacks. It feels as if technology has tamed the wild, making adventure accessible to anyone willing to invest in the right equipment. But when a sudden blizzard hits, the illusion shatters. Batteries die in the cold, waterproof fabrics stiffen and freeze, and all that technology fails to provide the one thing that matters most: warmth. The hiker's confidence fades as the wind howls and snow piles up, revealing just how fragile our modern comforts can be when nature decides to test us. In contrast, centuries ago, a medieval shepherd crossed the same harsh landscape with nothing but simple tools: wool, leather, wood. No synthetic fibers, no batteries, no digital maps. Just the wisdom of generations and a deep connection to the land beneath their feet. The shepherd thrived, not because of gadgets, but because of deep, practical knowledge of the land. They read the sky for signs of weather, knew where to find shelter, and understood how to use every resource at hand. Their survival depended on skill, intuition, and adaptability, qualities honed by experience, not purchased in a store. Modern hikers often trust their equipment more than their own skills, assuming technology can conquer nature. They focus on screens and settings, sometimes forgetting to observe the world around them. The belief that gear alone can guarantee safety is comforting, but dangerously incomplete. When gear fails, they're left dangerously unprepared, lacking the know-how to adapt. The cold becomes more than an inconvenience, it becomes a threat. Without the ability to improvise, to read the land, or to make do with what's available, even the best outfitted adventurer can find themselves at risk. The cold doesn't care about brand names, it punishes the unprepared. Nature is indifferent to our inventions, and in its harshest moments, only true understanding and resilience matter. The shepherd's knowledge was their true survival kit, passed down, lived daily, and always ready. These skills weren't just for emergencies, they were a way of life, shared from one generation to the next, ensuring that each person could face the elements with confidence. They respected the elements, adapting to them rather than trying to defeat them. Instead of fighting the cold, they learned to work with it, using natural materials for insulation, seeking shelter in the landscape, and moving with the rhythms of the weather. Their tools extended their understanding, they didn't replace it. Each item was an extension of their hands and minds, shaped by necessity and experience, not by marketing or trends. This mindset, knowledge over gadgets, explains why a shepherd with simple means endures, while a tech-laden hiker may not. True resilience comes from within, from the ability to adapt and learn, not just from what we carry on our backs. Survival isn't about what you carry, but what you know. The most advanced gear is useless without the wisdom to use it well, and sometimes the simplest knowledge is the most powerful tool of all. In the wild, wisdom is warmth. It's the difference between enduring the night and succumbing to it, between fear and confidence. When comfort fails, knowledge endures, and that is the true secret to survival. The shepherd's survival was a system, not a trick. They read the land, the sky, and their animals, sensing storms before they arrived. Their forecast was the wind and the flock's behavior, real time, not digital. Their diet, cheese, cured meats, dense bread, provided slow-burning fuel, not sugar spikes. Every action, from walking pace to rest, was calculated for efficiency and warmth. They avoided sweating, knowing moisture could freeze and sap heat. Every detail, from food to footsteps, was part of a seamless, time-tested system for coexisting with the cold. The shepherd's wisdom was survival in action. The shepherd's greatest ally was raw, lanolin-rich wool, a material as ancient as the partnership between humans and sheep. For centuries, this remarkable fiber has been at the heart of survival in harsh climates, offering protection and comfort in ways that few other materials could match. Unlike modern synthetic fabrics, this wool naturally repelled water, thanks to the lanolin coating each fiber. Even in pouring rain or heavy mist, droplets would bead and roll off, keeping the wearer dry. And if the wool did get wet, it still provided warmth, insulating the body and preventing the chill that could be deadly in the wild. The secret lay in the wool's crimped fibers, which trapped countless tiny pockets of air. This natural structure created a barrier against both cold and heat, making wool uniquely adaptable to changing weather. Whether under a blazing sun or in biting winds, wool kept shepherds comfortable. Shepherds became experts in layering, combining tightly woven outer garments to block wind and rain with thick, loose inner layers for extra warmth. This allowed them to adjust their clothing for strenuous activity or sudden changes in weather, ensuring they could work all day in comfort. Their clothing was a living system, constantly repaired, replaced, and sustained by their own flock. Every tear or worn patch was an opportunity to practice resourcefulness, using skills passed down through generations. Wool wasn't just a product, it was a partnership with nature. Shepherds cared for their sheep, and in return, the sheep provided the raw material for survival, warmth, and even a sense of identity. A tear could be mended with spun yarn, a worn cloak replaced after shearing. The cycle of care and renewal was ongoing, with every garment telling a story of the land and the flock. This self-sustaining loop made their kit endlessly renewable. From sheep to spinning, weaving, and wearing, every step was part of a harmonious cycle that connected shepherd, flock, and landscape. The shepherd's clothing was more than just protection. It was survival, woven directly from the land itself, shaped by tradition and necessity. In the cold, nothing beats wool. Its warmth, resilience, and renewability made it the ultimate companion for those who lived close to the earth. Shepherds crafted garments using nålbinding, an ancient, durable technique. Unlike modern knitting, nålbinding doesn't unravel, making it perfect for rugged life. The dense, interlocked fabric blocked wind and trapped warmth. Layering was key, a moisture-managing base, insulating tunics, and a heavy lanolin-rich cloak. Air trapped between layers created a personal microclimate. The outer cloak, long and dense, shielded against wind and snow. This system was more adaptable than any single modern jacket. Each layer could be added or removed, fine-tuning warmth and comfort. The shepherd's clothing was engineered for survival, stitch by stitch. At night, the shepherd's flock became a living source of heat. Huddling with sheep and dogs, they shared warmth, creating a pocket of survivable air. Dogs, with higher body temperatures, offered direct, comforting heat. This partnership was mutual survival, food and care exchanged for protection and warmth. Heated stones wrapped in cloth provided portable warmth through the night. These simple heat packs could also soothe cold limbs or injuries. The shepherd's heating system was robust, living bodies, loyal dogs, and fire-warmed stones. In the wild, warmth comes from life and ingenuity. For shepherds braving the wild, their first and most vital defense was always shelter. They made use of whatever the land provided, natural caves, rocky overhangs, or when nothing else was available, they built their own low, circular stone enclosures by hand. These shelters were often perched on windswept hillsides or nestled in the mountains, offering a crucial barrier against the relentless elements. The round shape of these huts wasn't just for tradition. It was a clever design that helped deflect the harshest winds, reducing the chill and preventing snow from piling up against the walls. This simple architecture made a huge difference in survival. Inside, the goal wasn't to create warmth like a modern home, but to find stillness. By blocking the wind, the air inside remained calm, protecting shepherds and their flocks from the wind's deadly bite. Even a few degrees warmer could mean the difference between life and death. To further insulate themselves, shepherds would drape wool cloaks or animal hides over the shelter's roof and entrance. These materials trapped precious body heat, creating a simple but effective barrier against the cold. Every layer added a little more comfort and safety. But shelter alone wasn't enough. For their exposed skin, shepherds relied on tallow, rendered animal fat. This natural substance was carefully prepared and applied as a windproof, waterproof barrier, protecting against the elements in ways that modern creams often can't. Tallow shielded their hands and faces from frostbite and painful chapping. Unlike water-based lotions, it never froze in the cold, making it a reliable companion through the harshest winters. This was a natural, effective defense made from the very animals they cared for. Nothing was wasted. Every part of the animal served a purpose, from food to shelter to protection. Shepherds lived simply, using every available resource with wisdom and care. Their survival depended on their ability to adapt, improvise, and respect the land's offerings. Survival was built from the land itself, stone by stone, layer by layer, and with every choice, shepherds shaped a life in harmony with the wild. The medieval shepherd's story is a survival manual, not just history. Their secret was knowledge, adapting, observing, and working with nature, not against it. They knew wool's power, the value of fat, and how to read the land for shelter. Modern tools are useful, but over-reliance dulls our instincts. We can reclaim this wisdom, learn natural materials, build smart shelters, eat for warmth. Understanding the why behind these methods lets us improvise and adapt. Blending ancient knowledge with modern tools makes us truly resilient. When the cold comes, it's wisdom, not gadgets, that keeps us alive.